Hi guys, good evening. So in the last session, we were about to go with the application filtering. Okay. And for that, we had to connect our FTD to the internet. So there was some version issue. That issue has been resolved. So let's directly jump into the lab. Now, yeah, thank you. So what we'll do is, see, yesterday the integration was a problem because our FMC was, if we talk about our FMC, so FMC was version 6.2.2 and our FTD was version 6.2.3. But today, the FTD what we will be using is 6.2.0. Okay. So now let's access the lab. I have already integrated the FTD with the FMC, so it will save us some time. Okay. So let me go and start the devices first. I'll start the FMC. And then in the EVNG, we'll start our FTD lab. This is admin. Okay, this lab yesterday we had modified. Okay, so here the new FTD version 6.2.0 I have already added. You can see here that this is version 6.2.0, and our FMC will be coming through the management cloud. These all are what? Management clouds. Okay. Now let me start the lab and let me increase the, okay, CPU already increased. By default, it takes 4. I have increased it to 8 so that our FTD will be faster. Okay. So then let's start our lab. So we can check the FMC is coming up. From here, we can take the access of FTD. So FTD will also come up. Then let's take access of your inside R1. And since we are doing application filtering, these routers are not really of much use to us because applications we install in the inside PC only. Okay, so let me not take access of this right now. Just close it and I'll take inside PC access. And since these are not really useful, let me just stop them and it will save us some resources. So right now in our lab, what is active? Our inside PC the switch, FTD, then internet is there. And so internet is also coming through the cloud only. Okay. And then everything here is from the cloud and management PC. So actively right now, the devices consuming Eve resources are inside PC, switch and FTD. These are four devices that are actively consuming the resources. Okay, FMC is up and FTD will also come up. FTD is also up. This is good. Now HTTPS colon double slash 10.50.62. Okay, so some system processes are starting. Allow them to start. So right now, what kind of lab we are having? We just have a FTD. Okay, this FTD is being managed by the FMC. Okay, on this side we have internet, and this side we have one inside PC. This is scenario we have. This is inside PC. This is FTD. Then we have internet. Then we have FMC. Okay. So if I repeat the steps, first of all, we are connecting it to the internet through the management cloud. Yes, management PC also this side only on the management side. Okay. So let me connect it something like this. This is our management. So first thing we connect it to the internet, and here we will assign a IP that is from the internet subnet. So here I'll assign an internet subnet IP. If I want, I can take it from the DHCP also. Okay, so that there will be no chances of any IP conflict and all. This side we are already using 10.110/24, and this side already our network is 10.320/24. Okay, so one thing, connect to the internet. Second one is assign an IP address here. And then third thing is what? That if you want access to the internal network, like if you want this 10.110/24 network to access the internet on the FTD, we will have to configure NAT. And what kind of NAT will configure? We'll configure interface level 1. Okay, this is what we have to do. Okay, so let's go and let's go sys 0, 1, 2, 3. Admin sys 0, 1, 2, 3. No. Mm. Okay. So here, if you will check in the devices, okay, I have already added the FTD, but I haven't done anything else, just configured the FTD and FMC integration. Okay. So this is our FTD. Now, what I'll do first of all, let's go and configure the interfaces. So interface Z0 by 0. So according to our topology, Z0 by 0 is inside, Z0 by 1 DMZ, Z0 by 2 is outside. So on this outside interface, I'll take a DHCP IP. Okay. So let's go and configure these interfaces. I'll say Z0 by 0 interface. So this is inside. Enable this interface. Security zone is inside. IPv4 static IP will use 10.1.1.10 and CIDR is /24. Okay, click on OK. This is done. Now next is this one. So on this is our DMZ interface. So what will be the IP here? Okay, here the IP will be 10.2.2. Not 0. It will be 10. DMZ IPv4 10.2.2.10/24. Okay, click on OK. Then this is our outside IP. Okay, so here we'll take IP address using the DHCP. So I'll say use DHCP. Okay, and say okay. Okay, now once this is done, these interfaces are configured. Dismiss it, save it. Okay. Deploy it. And then after deploy. Click here. Okay, once this deployment will be completed, I mean, how to connect or merge this EVNG network with our PC or internet on my laptop. So see, it will completely depend like what is your Eve set to, like, in the Eve, you have a network adapter, right? Now, depending you are using one or two, by default, it will be one only. Okay. So whatever is that adapter, on that same adapter, you should have an IP address. That's it. Like right now, I'm using two, one for management and another one for internet access because I have separate network for management, separate for internet. But when you're using a laptop, so in laptop, you will have only one adapter, which is for your internet. Okay. So if you, yeah, so with the help of that, you can access. Okay. So what you'll need to do if you want to connect, just right click network. And from here, just select management cloud. Now you can name it anything, and this will give you access to your base PC. Okay. So the deployment is successful. Let's go and check the IP addresses in the FTD. Admin 60123. Passwords I'm not really good at remembering. Admin 60123. So interface IP will be so we can see one IP address we have received, which is 172.16.1.183 on my outside interface, right? Now what? If I refresh here, or if I say interfaces from the device, now it's syncing the configuration of the interfaces from the FTD. So now all we have to do is what? We have to just go and configure a interface level path. Okay. Now what? Let's go and configure the interface level path. So I'll go to NAT and I'll configure new policy, threat defense policy, and I'll name it my NAT policy. Select the FTD, add to the policy, save it. Okay. Now here, let's create a rule. Source is inside, destination is outside. I'm configuring auto NAT. Translation will be dynamic. My internal network, which is 10.1.1.0/24, will be translated to the interface, destination interface IP. Okay. And once I do this, I will have internet access in my Windows 7, right? So right now, if I check, so in the inside PC, I should have the internet access. Okay. So let me say, okay, this is the rule created. Just go and deploy this rule. Click on deploy, deploy. Now, right now, if I go and check here, see, if I check ncpk.cpl, Is there any? You can go here. So right now DNS is configured this. Instead of 23 100, I'll configure 8888 as DNS. And you will see still I don't have the internet access until my deployment will complete. So right now deployment is going on. So if I test, if I say ping google.com, so right now I won't have the access. Okay, right now I'll not have the access. But once this deployment will complete, then interface level path will be configured. And then I will have the access to the internet also. Okay. Now there can be one more reason. If even after the path configuration also, if we are not having access, there can be one reason that we might have to configure a default route on our FTD towards the internet, which is my router. Okay. So let's see first of all. Deployment is complete. Let's check the access. Type con instead of com. No, it's com only. Okay. It is com only. Yeah. So right now, if I see, let me go and check the routes. So I'll go to device management. Without saving, let me save the changes. Let's verify in the FTD only. Just FTD. Is it configured or not? Not configured. This policy has not been saved. Policy, add it. Save, deploy. It's up to date. Then why the FTD is saying that it's not deployed? No. Nothing. Let me do one thing. I was not make any changes. I'll just say okay, save, and I'll say deploy. Deploy. It's deploying. Now let's verify. Once this deployment will complete, we'll be able to see. Now let's verify again. Do you see? I got an access as soon as I configured interface level path. Okay. Now what? Just close this and I can see here also I got an internet access. So here right now, I can use certain applications, okay? Some applications I can use, let's say for example, I can use Zoom. Okay, Zoom is an application. So here you have to understand that when I say application filtering, so it will filter both applications and web applications. Everything it is filtered, it is going to filter. So some of the common web applications we talk about, so you can talk about, Amazon.com. Okay, so you will see that I'll be able to access Amazon here. Then I'll try Facebook.com. Okay. Then let's talk about Zoom. US. Okay, these are some of the web applications. Let me just close it. So we can see here, Amazon is accessible. Facebook is also accessible. It will come up soon. And then we have Zoom. So Zoom is also accessible. So all these applications are right now accessible. Correct? Everybody agrees? I'm able to access all these applications. Yeah. So now what we are going to filter these applications only. Okay. So let's go and try to filter. So for filtering, we'll go to policies, access control. Okay. Then click on edit. Now here, what I'll do is I'll create a rule to block, let's say, social media, okay, which is Facebook. So from inside to outside, I'm creating a rule, block Facebook. Okay. Then network. So my source network will be my inside network. And when I'm going to the internet, my destination network can be any. Okay. Then next is what we'll talk about applications. So what kind of applications you want to block? Okay. So you can see here, depending on risk, we can block, depending on business relevance, we can block. Okay. Then we can block according to types of application, like application protocol, client application, web application, or we can decide some categories like, let's say, for example, if I can see this is one category, social networking, I want to block this. So in this category, if I want to block anything, any specific website, I can decide, or else if I want that, okay, nobody in my organization should be able to use any social networking website. So I can block the entire category itself. So you can say I can block the entire category. Or if I want to block Facebook only, so see now related to Facebook also, I have options like I can filter applications as well as micro applications, right? How you can see I can block Facebook applications, commenting feature, event feature, game feature, like feature, okay, message feature, notes, search, sports, utilities, video chat, what I want to block. So these are all what? These are all micro applications. Okay, like sometimes there can be a case that, okay, you want Facebook is useful for your organization, but you don't want people to have video chat. So you can just block video chat only. People will be able to use the Facebook, Okay, but they'll not be able to use the video chat. They cannot do the video calls. Okay, you can say that, okay, they cannot update the status, or they cannot play games, right? And you can say like they cannot send messages or whatever the things, like if you don't want them to play the games or sports or anything you want to block related to Facebook. So let's say right now I'll block entire category itself. I'll say add to the rule, click on, before adding, make sure in the logging you enable log at the beginning, log at the end, so that we can track the logs also. Click on add. Okay, so I have blocked what? Social networking category. Okay, action I forgot to change. Let me change the action. Here action I will say block. Okay. Then after we have applications done, ports, URLs, and inspection. These are not, we are not going to apply right now. So click on save. Done. Now, if you see, if you come to the HTTP responses, so right now, block response page should be what? Like this page will be displayed when the HTTP traffic is blocked. So that means this is a block page here. Okay, so you can use a system provided block page, that whenever you block a website, so it will show some default page that, okay, this is blocked. Okay. Or else if you don't want to show anything, you cannot show anything also. That is also up to you. Okay. So that depends on us how we want. If you want that, okay, you want to create a custom page for your company, like, whenever you block, then first of all, your company logo should come and all. If that kind of stuff you need, then you will have to create a HTML code and you will have to paste it here. So whenever a page will be blocked, that will be displayed here. Okay. So right now, let's keep it system provided only. Rules. Now save the rules. Then deploy the rules and go to the FTD. Deploy. Let's check the deployment still going on. Now, once this deployment will complete, so we should see that you will not be able to access the Facebook. Okay. And not just Facebook, any social networking website, you will not be able to access. Like right now, if I try some other social networking, let me say Instagram.com. Okay. So whatever the websites will fall under this category, they should not be accessible. So right now, Instagram is also accessible. Okay, deployment is successful. Let me try to refresh this page. Okay, so sometimes what can happen, that this page can be loaded from the browser cache also. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'll just close all these and I'll clear the cache. Okay, so I'll say clear the history, everything. No, clear. Okay, now let me try again. Facebook.com. Now, see, there can be one reason that this is still allowed, that we have to go with the SSL decryption, because this traffic is what? HTTPS. And when the traffic is HTTPS, in that case, what will happen? The traffic will be encrypted and might be your FTD is not able to read the traffic. That is also possible. Okay. So let's see what happens. And if you want to check the logs, we can check the logs also, whether what is the action that your FTD is taking. So analysis connection events. Okay. So far no events have been generated. That means the rule has not triggered. Wait for it. Let's try Instagram also. Instagram.com. And here, if you see at the bottom, it says it is performing what? TLS handshake. So let's see if we are able to access or not able to access. So until now, you see, we haven't, like we are not able to access the website. Some other websites, if I try cisco.com. So if you see other websites, I'm able to access quickly. Correct? But still, Instagram is not coming up and Facebook is also not coming up. Okay. Any other social networking we can try? Do you have anyone in mind? Twitter? Twitter.com. So do you see what we are getting here? Access denied. You are attempting to access a forbidden site and consult your system administrator for the details. Okay. So this is the block page that we were talking about. This is the system provided block page. Is it clear? You can see my browser is not able to load it. If I try, still not able to load. Even Instagram, I'll not be able to load. Other websites I can access, only social networking category, I'll not be able to access. Is that clear? All right. And if I see here, let me check the events again. Let me just refresh it. I should be able to see the events here for, one. We are generating the events right in the rule. Let me verify. Add it. Block and logging is enabled. So if logging is enabled, why not? It's logging is enabled. That means we should be able to see the events. Let's try to generate some more traffic. Okay, try again for Twitter. Try again. Try again. Any other social networking we can talk about? Hmm. Events also will be there. We should be able to see the events as well. What other website? What about LinkedIn? LinkedIn will be considered as social networking, not able to access. Okay. Now we should be able to see the events. Mhm. For some reason, it's not showing the events. Okay, okay, okay. It says the time window. Let me check once again here. Okay, for some reason it's not showing, but you can see that we are able to filter. And even though in our rule also we have selected that we want to generate the logs, still it's not showing anything. More events. These two also we are not able to access. It have to deploy it again, the rule. Log in, check it, save it, log in, log at the beginning of connection, save it, deploy, deploy. Allow the deployment to complete. Done. Now let's try again. Let me clear the cache again, and then after we'll try. Everything I want to clear: offline website data, site preference. Done. Now let's try. So one is we will try twitter.com. Blocked. Then linkedin.com. Okay. Then if I try facebook.com, blocked. Now you can see even Facebook not able to access. If I try instagram.com, even this should be blocked, right? So we are not able to access, and now we should have the logs also. I think earlier the rule was not very properly deployed. Again, no events. Okay. Security intelligence intrusions boost. We should have the events. I don't know why it's not showing right now, but you got the idea, right? How we will filter the web, not the web. Right now we are filtering basically applications. These are all web applications. This is clear. Okay. Now, this way you can filter. And here one more thing I want to show you, which is about pre-filter policy. Okay. See, right now I'm filtering what? Layer 7 filtering I'm performing, application data, correct? Or I'm filtering the application. So there is a policy that is known as pre-filter policy. Now, what is this pre-filter policy? This pre-filter policy is used to bypass your L7 inspection. So based on L7 inspection, I'm right now blocking what? This category social media. Okay. So if I deploy a pre-filter policy here, so that pre-filter policy will do what? Will bypass my L7 inspection. Or basically you can say it will bypass entire snort process. Only Lena process will be there, and Lena engine filters based on layer 3 and layer 4 inspection only. So let me show you the packet flow in the FTD. Let me open it. FTD. Just packet flow. Now look at this diagram. This is the packet flow of FTD. Okay, so this is the ingress interface, and then here we have egress, where the traffic will exit. So first of all, your traffic comes where? To the Lena engine. Okay, so the traffic will arrive at the Lena engine through the ingress interface. Then after, it will check for existing connection, same like what we were having in case of ASA packet flow, that it will check for existing connection. If existing connection is there, then it will directly send the traffic for snort process. If no connection, then it will create a connection. Then if it is a VPN traffic or NAT is there, then it will be decrypted. And then if you have configured pre-filter policy, see this pre-filter policy fast path action, what it is doing, it is directly sending my traffic to the Lena engine again. It is bypassing this entire snort process. Okay, so if you have pre-filter policy and fast path action, then L7 will be bypassed and directly it will go for updating the flow. Then application layer gateway check will be there, NAT IP header will be applied, QoS will be applied, VPN encryption will be applied, then layer 3 routing will be checked, and layer 2 address will be checked, and then it will be forwarded to the other interface. Okay. But if pre-filter policy is not there, then first of all, your ACLs will be checked. So after NAT, what we check after translation, ACLs are checked. So ACL will be checked. If ACLs are fine, the traffic is matching the rule and it is allowed. In that case, what will happen? That the packet will be delivered to the SNOT process. Now, SNOT process will again check layer 3 security intelligence, that whether your IP address is flagged as malicious or not. If it is, then it will drop. Then after application detection will be done, that okay, which application is being used here. Okay. Then if it is encrypted, then if you have SSL decryption policy, then it will be checking what your traffic will be decrypted using the SSL decryption. Then after layer 7 security intelligence, that whatever the URLs you are visiting, the websites you are visiting, so are they flagged as malicious in any of the security intelligence? If yes, it will be dropped. If no, then the traffic will be identified. Okay, identity policy will be applied and the traffic will be identified. Then layer 7 access control policies will be checked. Like, right now what we have created, it's a layer 7 access control policy where you filter the traffic, right? So it will be checked. And if you have blocked something, then it will be dropped. If not, then quality of service will be classified and checked. Then network discovery will be done to monitor the traffic. Okay. Then if you have applied any of the file policy, let's say sometimes what will happen, you want to block a specific type of file. Like you don't want anybody in your organization to download any zip file or exe file or PDF file or docs file, whatever it is. So if you have created a file or malware policy and that is applied, then according to that policy, it will take allow or drop action. So if it here also not dropped, it will check the SNOT rules. That means you will say L7 rules, it will check that any of the L7 rules you have applied in your firewall. And according to that, if the traffic is to be dropped, it will be dropped here. If not, then the traffic will be given back to your Lena engine. After all this SNOT process, it will be given back to your Lena engine. Lena engine will update the flow. Application layer gateway check will be done. NAT IP header will be applied. Quality of service will be enforced and packet will be encrypted. Routing table will be checked. Layer 2 headers will be applied and then packet will be forwarded. So this is the entire packet flow in your FTD. This is clear. Yes or no? Okay, logs not generating due to time mismatch on any device. Yeah, that can be possible. Actually, yes, yesterday I was getting a log that my FTD and FMC times are not out of sync. You're right. I forgot that part. Okay. So right now my FTD and FMC are out of time synchronization. That is the issue. Actually, they might be getting generated on the FTD, but here we are not able to see it, right? So this is the packet flow. Now here, what I'll show you is I will apply what? The pre-filter policy. And now based on the pre-filter policy, what is going to happen? Based on the pre-filter policy, fast path action, my applications, whatever the social networking sites I have blocked, social networking applications I have blocked, all those applications will be allowed. Okay. So let's go and see it. So what we'll do is we'll go to the policies. In the policies, access control, and here we can see pre-filter. Just go to the pre-filter. Okay, this is the default pre-filter policy. Either you can apply this or else just create a new policy and I'll say my pre-filter policy. Okay, now save it. Okay. This is the my pre-filter policy. Now in this my pre-filter policy, I'll add a pre-filter rule and I'll say that name is allowed or let me say something like bypass L7. Then action I will take as fast path. Then after source is inside, destination is outside network, my inside network, source is the inside network, and destination can be any network. And even here also I can enable what? Login. Then I can click on add. I can save it. Now see here, other than your access control policy, whatever the policy you will create, like intrusion, malware or file, DNS, identity, SSL, or pre-filter. So these policies, these are integrated with your access control policy only. It's not sufficient to create these policies. We have to go and integrate these policies with the access control. Okay. So how will you integrate it? Once you have created it, once you have created the policy and saved it, you have to go here to the access control and go to the policy. Here right now you can see default pre-filter policy is selected. I'll just drop down and I'll say I want to apply my pre-filter policy here. Okay, now go back to the rules. You can see my pre-filter policy, save it, deploy it. And then on the FTD, click on deploy. Okay. Done. Then after, let's go to the PC and try to access all these. Now you can see, even though I have the rule as that block Facebook or whatever the social networking from inside to outside category, social networking I'm blocking. Okay. So right now I'm blocking, but still you can see I'm able to access everything. I'm able to access here. Okay. Why? Because of the pre-filter policy. Okay. And check something here. This is platform settings, device management. Yeah, the time zone issues there. Right now here the time is 15:22. And when I check the events, Yeah, here the time is not already. So let me do one thing. I'll go here. Reference system configuration. I'll synchronize the FMC time with the FTD. Right. So here we can have time. System. So this is the same setting. If I disable, can change the time ratio. Okay, right now will not be able to change. But if your time is synchronized, then you will be able to see all the logs. Okay. Section. So being generated. This is numbers. Okay, I have to go in the beginning only. See, whatever the actions I'm doing, everything is getting recorded here. So due to time synchronization, right now I'm not having these logs. Otherwise, you will see everything about fast path policy and everything. This is clear. And as soon as if I go to the policy and I remove that policy, okay, if I remove the pre-filter policy, I'll be able to see it. Okay, that means again, my applications will be blocked. If I remove this policy from here and set it to default pre-filter policy, and if I go and save it and deploy it, now once this deployment will be done, pre-filter policy will be removed, and again all these applications will be blocked. So I hope you understood application filtering and the pre-filter policy. Yes or no? Okay. Then next we will have about URL filtering and SSL decryption. Okay, so today we have filtered the applications and we have seen about the pre-filter. Tomorrow we'll see about your URL filtering, that specific URL if you want to filter. Right now we are just filtering applications, but there are certain websites also that you might want to block. Okay, so in that case, we will go with the URL filtering, and if it is a HTTPS website, so that means it will have SSL security. So we will perform SSL decryption also. that how will you decrypt the SSL, or how will you decrypt the HTTPS website and block them. Okay, those things we'll see. Then furthermore, we have file and malware policy. After file and malware policy, we'll go with the HA concept. Okay, HA and then transparent firewall. Then we have site-to-site VPN. Okay, and after that, the flex config part we have. So only 5-6 sessions are more left. Okay. Do we have class tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday, right? Yes, we have a class. Okay. So you can see the rule has been deployed. Now, if I try again, this should be blocked. And if still I'm getting access, that will be just because of my browser cache. Okay. See, right now I'm getting access. That means this is all because of the browser cache. So I'll just go and delete the browser cache. Browser cache means that a web page is currently loaded, okay, from the cache. But if you try to click somewhere and if you try to move to a new page, or if you try to use a feature, it will be still blocked. Okay, so if I go to linkedin.com, so you can see everything is blocked. Then we have twitter.com. So this is also blocked. Then we have facebook.com, blocked. We have instagram.com, also blocked. Is it clear? All right, then tomorrow we'll see about your URL filtering and SSL decryption policy. Okay. Clear? Okay. Okay, guys. Have a good night.